Compared to other athletes, I'm not very disciplined. I'm disciplined when I like to do things. What I don't like to do hard trainings. Yeah, you need to know what you're doing because most of the time you're off-piste and you need to be aware of what you're doing out there. To other people it might look dangerous what I'm doing, but we have different comfort zones. I really like to feel connected to the nature and being in a wild area. I don't feel that I'm taking any risks. My name is Emily Forsberg. I'm from Sweden. I'm living in Chamonix, France. I'm a ski mountaineer and mountain runner. Ski mountaineering is skiing in the mountains off-piste. The race, it's a certain track you are follow, up and down, with light equipment, so you don't really feel that you have extra weight on you. You move very freely and you can reach so many summits in one day with less energy. In the World Cup, we have 3 disciplines. We have individual, which is up and down in the mountains. It's around 1.5 to 2 hours. We have the sprint, which is a very short race category. It's 3 minutes. We have all the disciplines we are doing in the long race. So we have skiing, we have skis on the backpack, and we have the downhill, all in around 3 minutes. We also have the vertical races, which is only uphill. So that's the 3 disciplines in ski mountaineering. I grew up on the east coast of Sweden. It's just small hills there, so I'm more of a forest girl, but the nature has always been there as a playground since I was a kid. 3 years ago, I joined a World Cup. I had been practicing maybe 14 days. I got the opportunity from the Swedish team to participate, so I said, yeah, let's go for it. And in the end, I finished 5, and in one way I was really happy, but in the other way I was really disappointed because I just saw all of the mistakes I did. I don't really care about medals or trophies or anything. In the garden, I put a trophy to keep my tomato plant up, and I put some candles on some, because when I don't give them away, you don't know what to do with them. So I'm not a big fan of them, but they are here until I know where to put them. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Normally I don't run in the winter, but Ida, she makes me run in the winter. Like looking back to it, to come 5 in a World Cup, it's really good. So it's just, I think it was the racing part in me that was a bit disappointed. I'm very happy to live here in the Alps because it's so convenient with the training and racing. Trail running and mountain running, it's plainly running in the mountains, and the higher you go in a mountain, the more technical it is. It can be very technical trails and it can be less technical trails. I prefer the more technical trails when you really climb a mountain, when it's a bit scrambling, when you need to use your hands and your feet. When you're a kid, you run everywhere. Like you don't see kids walk in the nature really, or if they are going somewhere. I think I just took that with me. I kept running, and the nature has always been there for me. I spent many hours outside as a kid, and I do it now as a grown-up as well. I like the running, that it's so easy. You only need a pair of shoes. A normal training day now, when I have a lot of time to train, I wake up and I take coffee and normally just breakfast at the same time, so porridge or muesli. I like to sit here in the morning because it's like a slow wake up and you can look out to the mountains and like see how light it is, where the sun is. I just wake up very slow, so the mornings I'm not in a hurry to go out training. I like to wake up like really slow, and I don't have a coach. I plan my training myself. I listen to my body, and I don't want someone to force me to do something I don't feel like I can do. I like to push my boundaries, but I push them from inside, not the outside. I just push the boundaries little by little. So I think that's the way for me to become better and stronger. It might be slow, but for me it works. This time of the year I'm very eager to train, and I'm very focused on my training. I'm focused and motivated, and I leave things to think about when I'm at home. So first I was really afraid of that all the racing part, it would make me feel that I lost the joy for it, only thinking training and recovery and improvement. But I think I found a good balance with it now. First I was afraid that it was too much to live from what I love to do. But the more I learned about it, it's okay to live your passion. It's amazing, but I'm really taking care of still keeping my passion and love for it, because it's not worth to lose the passion and my love for skiing and running just because I'm doing the races. It's fascinating to do the training to become a better mountain runner, ski mountaineer or mountaineer. To find a road to achieve your goal, that's amazing. It means a lot to me to be a good and strong athlete. When I do a really good training week, I can be really proud of myself. I start to train around 8:30, and I do 3 to 4 hours. And then I come home, eat lunch, and around 3:30 I go out for the second training, normally around 1 hour. So 3 to 4 hours a normal day, and then a longer day might be 5 to 7 hours. It's important to check the snow conditions if you go off-piste, because you need to know how much precipitation come. If it's a big snowfall and if it's wind affected, it can be really dangerous for avalanches. This is the gear room. It's a lot of gear because this is what I'm doing and also my boyfriend is doing. Skis for ski mountaineering, and the skins going uphill. Poles, just very light poles, helmets, and the boots, of course. And then if I decide to do a bit more technical, I take my crampons to be able to walk on the bit more technical terrain, where when it's a bit rock, when it's a bit icy, when it's steep, so you don't want to fall. During ascent, I can feel very different things. If I really go for it, if I want to have a really good training, go off piste, try to find a good line, I can feel like for sure the legs are tired, and you know that you need to find a good line to make it easier for the legs. You need to have a good technique to not get too tired in the legs, and so then I'm very focused and feeling that I'm pushing hard, and that's a really nice feeling. During a race, you don't really think. You just do everything as fast as possible. You don't think about how hard it is. If it's hard, you just do it. I really like that about racing. Ski mountaineering is one of the most fantastic sport I have ever done. It's freedom. You're out in the mountains and you go up and down a mountain and you can move very freely. It's truly freedom for me. Some downhills I'm just going, enjoying, Still you're trying to find a good line because you always want to learn the landscape. It's good for you in the competitions as well. But then sometimes it's just through really pleasure going down. You're just cruising down in the powder of piste, and very relaxing. Of course it can be dangerous. You're out in the mountains. It can be avalanches, it can be accidents. So you need to be aware of what you're doing. I have days when I just go back to the person I was 5 years ago, when I just went out to the mountains to explore, to go easy, to explore your area around you. I take those days every now and then, and I have open eyes and I want to see what it is there and explore. I really appreciate those easy days. It reminds me of who I was 5 years ago. I think that one of the most memorable things I have been learning in my sports is that you can always do so much more than you think, actually. Some races I have been doing, I have been coming into an aid station, I'm just saying, I can't do anymore. But then I start to think, why can't I do anymore? You're a bit tired, but you can eat. You're not injured, you don't have pain. So just go out and do it. And that's often the scenery. It's just to do it. It's not hard. Just put your mind to it and then it's fine. There are so many things that I could do better as an athlete. I can be stronger, I can have a better technique. You always have things to improve, and that's what makes you motivated and inspired.